have been very traumatized, but there's a back-end story to this. This is not the first plane. This is the second plane.
Abantu baklerishelwa ubani route ubani othe abadukele South Africa fethu ngadlula iMorocco udlula iEgypt bafowethu ngeke.
I think I speak for most South Africans when I say I'm tired, I'm frustrated, I'm angry. There's too much going on. I don't even know how to comprehend it anymore.
Hello and welcome to the channel. Let's get into these stories. There is a lot happening. South Africa is putting out fires left, right and center. The other one is the fact that a flight that had signaled that it is in distress landed in OR Tambo and Jiggy. They wanted to be refugees in South Africa. Now, this is where the ANC has failed South Africa. Definitely need better leadership in South Africa. Another agency, the BMA, has failed South Africa again in terms of immigration, because at that instance, why didn't they collect all of those people together with their pilots and take them to Lindela while they investigate? Now, this flight has a lot of unknown aspects about it. It is not clear, rather, that is it a pro-Palestine initiative or is it a pro-easy initiative at this moment, making it very dangerous for South Africa to just move on without investigating the real people behind this flight and intent. Now, we get all these NGOs who already have this information in hand, and there has been a call for leaders of the NGOs to be investigated for them aiding and abetting illegal immigrants. There is that leadership call to say, do not be manipulated. Stand by the laws and abide by them. What are your thoughts on this? Let's take a look at all the details around this and what people know so far. Please give this video a thumbs up. Let's take a look.
The family members of this first group then told us yesterday that their family members are coming on the second plane, and nobody knew about that plane. And it seems from their feedback, Israel is voluntarily removing people from Gaza. You know, this is ethnic cleansing at its best, and taking away their goods, their hygiene packs, their food, sending them onto chartered planes, and government has to investigate how people are coming on chartered planes without stamps. Israel did not stamp their passports, so they're sort of traveling illegally, brought into South Africa, and the second plane came in this morning at 8 o'clock. The border management authority didn't allow them to get off the plane simply because they were following the rules, that there is no stamp on the passport. And I mean, they were trying to follow rules and not get into trouble for the stamp. I got hold of Zane Django. He's in Canada. Of course, he spoke to the minister and other people in DERCO. I spoke to the Border Management Authority, other people involved in this issue, and it was about the stamp. And of course, now this afternoon, the minister is writing to the Minister of Home Affairs, because that's his policy or his portfolio, to waive the stamp requirement, so these people then could come into the airport and come into the country and seek asylum.
I understand that there are asylum seekers none, but sibathathile abanye ngo end of October, sibathathile abantu abalinganiselwa 190, sibathathile laba abavumbuka esikhaleni abangaclearishwe indawo, abavumbuka labantu bakwazi ukwakha amabhomba fethu. Laba fethu asazi, abanye bayinzalo yeHamas, abanye banosisi nobhuti, mase bekhala ngokuthi khona umuntu kade ekhulelwe, kade mithiso ubani lo muntu, umuthiso yithi. Ufuna isikhala ukuthi kade kukhona umuntu kule plane ade mithi ehlela isikhathi, umithiso ubani lo muntu loyo. Akhozi chaos ngamabomu and bafethu usegcineni manje. If ningaboni ukuthi vele mina ngaze ngisayine phansi ukuthi ngifuna ukuphila forever bafethu, if ngingaboni ukuthi kufanele lizwe silifele, yabo nje manje, if ngampela ngoMonday nizolala ngoMonday, ngoMonday nizolala, ningaphuma nigcwala igrad, nizolala bafethu ngoMonday manizolala. Abafethu nazi ukuthi izwe nilidayisile, salani senihlala kanjalo bafethu.
So we heard breaking news, I think about an hour ago, that the refugees that were not let in, because of course they didn't have proper documentation. It is alleged that they were sent here by Israel. I mean, nothing is confirmed yet. I heard a lot of people with different theories. Hey, what if bazospire up? What if don't own? Are we in danger? Like, people are asking those types of questions. I mean, everyone's feelings and questions are valid. Yeah, so I'm not gonna dismiss how people are feeling, but I'm very much curious to see what's the state of mind of Operation Dudula right now. You are going to see the true colors of Dudula, that they are selective when they say mabahambe. Really baphelele na bahambe. Only from our brothers, even these are our brothers, from Abantu that come from Zimbabwe or like African countries, they are quiet up. They are quiet up, and nani you are hypocrites, because which Operation to do that I said that nani nizi hypocrites. And it just shows nyani ukuthi and because it's gonna sound insulting, but kuba Operation Dudula kodwa nsithi feel ke mnake yebo
awukhona hali shem.
Palestine is incredibly far from South Africa. Why would they come here? I start thinking about the ICJ case. I start thinking about the accusations that the ANC is funded by Iran. I'm forgetting the name now. But the idea that, I start thinking about Manali Dipando. This country clearly is a playground for any international interests who probably just pay anyone in the ANC or anyone in the DA to allow them to do whatever they want here. It's a party. We have Bangladeshis, we have Pakistanis, we have Sri Lankans, we have Ethiopians, Somalians, we have Nigerians. We literally have people from all over the world who come here and do as they please. And when ordinary South African citizens who are lied to and told that the Constitution serves them and told that we respect South African law, when they cry out, NPOs come running. Government comes running.
Hey, I just want to know, and I need your help. And why everyone, when he's having a problem in his country, they run to South Africa? Why? I really want to know. They're running to South Africa, everyone. Palestinians now are coming to South Africa. South Africans, we trying to say, all African, go back to your countries. And then now, everyone is coming to South Africa. What's so special about South Africa that everyone wants to be here? That probably we, as South Africans, we don't know that this country, it's a very special country. Like, we don't know as South Africans. We stay here, we were born here, but we don't know South Africa is the most special country in the world right now. So I just want to know that why coming to South Africa? Krede Mutwa said something. Krede Mutwa said, Islam countries, they're going to take over South Africa. They said they're going to take over Lesotho. Lesotho is no longer going to be Lesotho. He said Swaziland is going to be the very same. Even what's the other country that it's next to us? It's going to be taken over now. So, like, why everyone is coming to South Africa? Why the Palestinians coming to South Africa? Such a long trip coming to South Africa. Why? Why they've got their neighboring countries? Why not going there? Why they not going to more China? Why are they not going there? Like, I just want to know. I just really want to know. That means now, as black people, we've been pushed away. The African people, the South African people are going to be pushed away from their country. As much as we South Africans, we're saying no to other African countries and other African people. The black people of this continent, we're saying no, go back to your countries. Go fight your own battle at your own country. But we have to allow the people from Gaza coming here and say, welcome. Oh, Shem, welcome. Why not other countries? Why South Africa?
South Africa stands with Israel.
I am a South African. This is my South African birth certificate, my South African passport. That is my South African flag. My parents, my siblings, my uncles, my aunties, my cousins, their grandparents are all South Africans. I speak for the generations. I speak for the people of South Africa. We stand with Palestine. South Africa has opened up a case at the ICJ against Israel over the genocide of Palestinians that's violating UN law. Mandela made it clear that South Africans are not free until Palestinians are free. You are not a South African if you don't stand for Palestinian rights. South Africans have always stood for Palestinian rights. South Africans will always stand for Palestinian rights.
International effort regarding the matter of the Palestinians that have landed in our country illegally. Fellow comrades, we are addressing this issue. We have stood up as National March, NK Labour Day, NK Labour, and the organization to the movement upon the patriotic forces that are patriotic about our country. We say no to everything that is illegal in South Africa. Everybody no to anyone that is coming to our country. We say no illegal immigrants are allowed to our country. It's Africa, it's Palestine, it's Israel. No illegal immigrant allowed in our country. If you have no document, they must be sent back home. That's where we stand currently. We are here, we're investigating the matter. If nobody's listening to us when we address this issue, I'm going to mobilize the people from government, the process of formal settlement, and therefore we're going to address this matter as a group.
Well, there you have it. Those are some of the views and sentiments coming in there. What are your thoughts on these? Please do follow them on various social media platforms and news outlets. Please also to get a broader sense of their opinions. We are definitely disappointed in Kenya. How are you involved in this? Kenya was also involved in that arrangement for refugee status. What is happening there, Kenya? We thought we were friends. Then we get this unsure but sure approach of gift of the givers that they don't know but they know. It's very, very suspicious indeed. That requires some investigation to understand exactly what were the circumstances that landed these so-called Palestinians, people from Gaza rather, in South Africa. Because if it is indeed that they didn't know where they are going, that could be a serious violation for it to be left unattended and uninvestigated. There are lots of implications that could come with that, and it could also mean that Israel is going ahead with their plan of evacuating or removing all the people of Gaza out so that they can build that resort that Trump had out. So that would be very, very disheartening. Now we are also seeing some sentiments saying, okay, can we see Operation Dudula say something about this as well? However, these are two different circumstances. Immigrants from Africa come here just, for other reasons, whereas this is a area that has active war. Those are legitimate refugees, right? However, the way that they came in is dubious and it still requires attention. However, if gift of the givers says no, it was just their way for them to get to the country, they should then be arrested because it cannot be normalized. In fact, this sounds like a commission is loading. Remember when Cyril Ramaphosa had to set up another small commission because there was a Russian vessel that apparently docked in Cape Town. So this is a similar instance and it should not be ignored at all. In terms of the rest of the things that are happening in South Africa, we'll take it one day at a time, and we hope that there are people who are hired to do these jobs. So Tina, as South Africans, we can only put pressure and give advice here and there. However, they must do their jobs. What are your thoughts on this? Please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining us on this video. We'll be watching this one to see how it folds out in the midst of all the other G20 ruckus. Let's meet on the next video. Bye.